Hitler might have been the good guy. If he was so bad, why did millions of people practically worship him? After all, history is written by the winners. Anyways, let's speedrun through the entire history of World War II. Finally, I can enjoy peace after the biggest war in history. The best part of it all is everyone is happy. Right? No, not really. We just got humiliated in front of the entire world. Womp womp, cry about it. And they did. But why? Well, remember the Treaty of Versailles? The one that was signed to mark the end of World War I? Yeah, that one screwed over Germany. Like crazy. Anyways, Germany owes a lot of money. Like $1 trillion. Now you're Germany, you're broke and weak. The one solution they could think of was print more money to pay off our debts. If you paid attention in economics, you'll know that printing a large amount of money causes hyperinflation, which means that the bread that costed $1 now costs $10. All this mess makes Germany and its people hold a grudge. Anyways, how are the other countries doing? We're doing great. Our economy's thriving. We call it the Roaring 20s. 1929 answers the chat. Are you sure about that? Never mind, the US economy collapsed overnight. This caused the world to have doubts on whether democracy works or not. The whole world were hungry, broke, and mad at our government. This makes people extremely easy to manipulate and makes it easy for dictators to take over. The most infamous one was Adolf Hitler. If you guys let me be your leader, I pinky promise I'll give strength, jobs, money, and revenge against the world. Sounds legit, let's make him our leader. What's the worst that could happen? Nothing beats World War I. The Reichstag fire. The Reichstag building was the equivalent to the White House, but for Germany, and they caught on fire. Hitler then used it as an excuse to suspend civil liberties, and he was able to arrest his opponents just because he felt like it. Whether the building was caught on fire by Hitler's opponents or not, Germany is cooked, like really cooked. The president of Germany died in 1934, and Hitler decides to be both president and chancellor. He is a dictator. Let's do a speedrun on the things that aren't allowed. No freedom of speech, no elections, no political opposition, no opinions, no nothing. Hitler also thinks Germans are the supreme race. Not crazy at all. Kidding, it's ridiculous and insane. Also, if Hitler wants to take over the world, he needs to build a new army. More soldiers? Check. New tanks? Check. New air force? Check. New navy? Check. How can I test my new toys? Ooh, let's invent Ryland. Britain and France. Should we do something? They don't. While all this is happening, Italy is dealing with the same thing. Meet Benito Mussolini, Hitler's Italian twin. Well, they're actually not related, but anyways. Benito is a dictator as well. He dreams of rebuilding the Roman Empire. In 1935, Benito invades Ethiopia, and guess what? It's illegal. But once again, no one takes action in stopping him. Japan somehow still has an emperor, but it seems like the military calls the shots. They want more land for whatever reason, so they take it. First, Manchuria. Then, most of China. In simple, Germany wants Europe, Japan wants Asia, and Italy wants Africa. Hey guys, let's team up. Let's make a team name. The Axis powers. We got 3 dictators that want to take over everything. The worst part of it all, they have the resources to do it. What could go wrong? Hitler decides he wants to invade Poland. Britain and France finally step up and say, if you invade Poland, we're declaring war on you. Okay, and he invades Poland on September 1st, 1939. Just like that, World War II officially started. Also, the Soviet Union made a deal with Hitler, basically saying not to kill each other. Germany and the Soviet Union start taking over all of Europe, except one country, Britain.
So it's just me then. Which is exactly what Hitler was hoping for, because now Germany wants to invade Britain, which is simple enough, except there's one tiny problem. It's an island. Which means Germany has to cross the English Channel, and while doing that, there's going to be British planes flying overhead, and that's generally considered a terrible invasion strategy. So before Germany can invade by sea, they first need air superiority. Battle of Britain. Meow, meow. The German Luftwaffe and the Royal Air Force begin fighting for control of the skies. Pew, 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 boom, boom. Germany's main goal is hoping to destroy the RAF, and eventually that'll open the door for an invasion, but the RAF refuses to lose. Bomb the airfields! Actually, no, you can do that, but bomb the cities, which leads to the Blitz! Night after night, German bombers attack London and other British cities, but the goal is really simple. Step 1, break British morale. Step 2, destroy factories. And step 3, force Britain to surrender. No, I'm not going to surrender. Leave us alone. So Britain thought of a genius plan. We're not going to do anything. Instead, they got bombed and terrorized. The Royal Air Force keeps shooting down German aircraft until eventually Hitler realizes Britain isn't giving up. Germany never gains air superiority, so now Operation Sea Lion is quietly cancelled. And just like that, Hitler loses. Hitler then decides to focus on the Soviet Union. Operation Barbarossa. About over 3 million German soldiers crossed into the Soviet territory, making it the largest land invasion in history. Success! German troops advance hundreds of miles, but now the entire Soviet armies are surrounded, and Germany keeps winning, and winning. It almost looks too easy until the Soviet Union thought of a genius plan. We won't give up. We'll just retreat. Spoiler, that plan never worked. But meanwhile, on the other side of the world, Japan has been expanding across Asia, but there's one country standing in the way. The United States. Now, Japan thinks about it. If we attack America, should we? Yeah, let's attack them. Are you out of your mind? Pearl Harbor. Japanese aircraft launch a surprise attack against the American naval base in Hawaii, and battleships, aircrafts, and even worse, thousands of Americans are killed. Now, the next very day, the United States officially declares war. And just like that, the war becomes truly global. The Axis powers are now fighting Britain, the Soviet Union, the United States, and plenty of other allied nations, which is a lot of enemies. Turning points. Japan sails toward Midway, expecting another easy victory. Instead, the United States are waiting. Oh, hey, it's Japan. You guys are here. The Battle of Midway lasts only about a few days, but the damage is enormous because 4 Japanese aircraft carriers are destroyed along with hundreds of experienced pilots. Japan can still fight. Yay, let's keep fighting. Oh, wait, we're losing too many experienced soldiers. But meanwhile, Hitler took a long walk on the beach. Wow, this is nice. And ended up in the city of Stalingrad. I want this land. You're not gonna have it. Africa. After months of fighting across the desert, the Allies finally defeat the Axis armies, and in 1943 they surrender, which means Germany isn't just losing in the east anymore, it's now losing on multiple fronts. And by the end of 1943, the Axis powers aren't expanding anymore. They're retreating, which is a lot less fun.
The Allies invade Italy, hoping to knock one member of the Axis out of the war. It works, sort of. Mussolini is removed from power. Turns out, fascism doesn't come with job security.
Italy surrenders.
Germany immediately occupies northern Italy. You're not leaving. But I'm not built for this. The fighting drags on, town by town, mountain by mountain. It takes months, not weeks. Then in 1945, as the war reaches its end, Mussolini tries to flee the country disguised in a German convoy. It doesn't work. He's captured by Italian partisans, executed, and later hung upside down in a public square. Oh yeah, they hung his wife right next to him. But hey, the people loved it. Anyways, the Allies began bombing Germany every day. Factories, railroads, oil fields, bridges. If Germany needs it, it's probably getting bombed. German engineers are working overtime to build factories for the factories that just got destroyed. Then comes June 6, 1944, D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in history. Over 150,000 Allied troops land in Normandy, supported by nearly 7,000 ships and thousands of aircraft. Before sunrise, paratroopers drop behind enemy lines trying to secure bridges, roads, and confuse German defenses. Some land exactly where they're supposed to, others, not so much. The beaches are given codenames: Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, Sword. Omaha becomes especially brutal. Machine gun fire, artillery, obstacles everywhere. But by the end of the day, the Allies have secured all 5 beaches and suffered around 4,400 casualties. Germany wakes up and discovers the Allies have spawned behind them.
I see a pattern with Germany.
By 1945, Germany is out of fuel, out of supplies, out of cities, and rapidly running out of what makes Germany. The Western Allies enter from one side, the Soviets enter from another. Berlin becomes the final battleground. Hitler is still convinced everything is under control. But he's just delusional. Maybe it's because of the low levels of testosterone. After all, he did have one testicle. And apparently, manifesting victory doesn't work.
Hitler's plan is failing.
And on April 30th, 1945, Hitler dies by suicide, which is ironic. Just days later, Germany signs an unconditional surrender, meaning the Allies write the rules. Germany signs the paperwork. The war in Europe is finally over. Japan is still pretending it's winnable. The Pacific War continues. Every island becomes another battle.
Bullets are everywhere.
Military planners expect an invasion of Japan to be absolutely horrific. American estimates predict hundreds of thousands of casualties, possibly more, so the United States uses something no one has ever seen before. The atomic bomb, developed in secret by the Manhattan Project. Years of research, billions of dollars, and thousands of scientists become one bomb. On August 6, 1945, the atomic bomb Little Boy was dropped on Hiroshima. A single explosion destroys most of the city. 3 days later, a bomb called Fat Man is dropped on Nagasaki. The world immediately discovers that humans have unlocked a new terrifying power.
Weapons of mass destruction.
The bomb doesn't just end a battle, it changes warfare forever. Countries now realize future wars could end civilization itself. Soon after, Japan surrenders on September 2nd aboard the USS Missouri. World War II is finally over. Over 60 million people are dead. Europe is wrecked, Asia is wrecked, and the world it leaves behind looks nothing like the one it started with. Pretty much everybody needs a minute. The United States and the Soviet Union become the world's new superpowers, and they spend about 5 seconds being allies before immediately starting a new argument.
History repeats itself.
The United Nations is created with one simple goal. Maybe let's not do another world war, which sounds like an incredibly low bar, and yet the rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union eventually brings the world to the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. For 13 days, nuclear war seems terrifyingly possible. Fortunately, everyone decides blowing up the planet might be a bad idea.